Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have a super quick video. I can't remember last time I did such a short video. Anyway, I want to get out to you this information as soon as possible because of what happened today and what's going to happen, looks like in July here, but not what people may think. So you may have heard of this news, so I'm going to get right into it. But first, I'm going to go back to mentioning, because I did for a while and then I stopped mentioning it, but I'm going to go back to mentioning that if you want to sign up for Telegram and get notifications from me about my videos as well as the gematria I do on different things, a lot of people will really appreciate that. So you can sign up. The link is in the description box below now. Again, so you can sign up for Telegram. It goes through your phone. You'll get text messages when my videos come up. So you don't have to rely on YouTube and them turning it off and everything, because they've done that many times. A lot of people have complained that they turn off notifications that people have had on, so they don't know, they're not notified of my videos. And plus, you're going to get updated things when I put stuff on Telegram about it's current things that do gematria on a lot of different things, and people really appreciate that. A certain amount do anyway. So that's available. So let me get right into it. And I want to mention my last timeline, which we're still in right now, but since the 5th day, it hasn't really happened. So, but on the first day, basically the 24th and 25th, massive stuff, like I said, would happen with this. I'll say the monkeypoxels. Monkeypoxels, basically on the 24th came through. Yeah, you can read it here. Basically, the ways declaring that is a global, emergency, whatever, and they declared that a global emergency. And then right here, the World Health and Networks basically said that it is and that word right there. Okay, so I pretty much nailed it, and more is coming with this. More is coming with this. And like I've said in my previous videos, if you watch my videos, or maybe you haven't, that name and everything is so set up for Obama and things. It's crazy. In fact, monkey equals Barack Obama. It's crazy. In Aramaic Hebrew, it's translated to English and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to show that here in a little bit too at the end of the video. But so also I was looking at some other articles on this on the 25th, and they were really telling me some stuff. And here's a couple things here. So if you read this, blankety blank outbreak in U.S. is bigger than the blankety blank reports. Testing is abysmal, and the monkeypoxels will mark out the beginning of this timeline. So I put the beginning, and there's a number of reasons why I've shared it in the past. But also, and then this is the very end, because the abyss will open it's just so crazy. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's basically saying the abyss to me. It's abysmal. Abysmal is the root of the abyss. It is basically saying that, this is a process. And then also, without getting into a ton of this, I just wanted to throw that out there because it's showing it right there. It's crazy. We got to kind of read between the lines on a lot of this stuff, and see differently. Fears grow as study finds blankety blank mutating rapidly. Okay, so that's a huge word right there, and this is a huge concept, because this thing they're going to use this as the main thing, I think, at some point when it rolls out, because they're saying it's mutating like crazy. And why they say, and why they're using all these words? Because they relate to their complete gematria. So for example, let me show you this. So this is today, okay, and this is example of the first day. Now I'm going to show you how there's the symbol of the first day, the first 2 days, the pre-day, and then the first day, and then there's the actual ones. I'm going to show you that here in a second with this new timeline. But it actually is, you have September 1st. Again, this is in the letters and words really commonly, but this is the pre-day to that, which is, so September 1st is tomorrow, as I'm doing this video, but the pre-date of that is June 30th. Now, if you know my videos at all, you know that I've been talking about the pre-day and then the first day, and sometimes the day right after the first day, as a post-day in a sense. or another pre-day, another first day. So basically, I mean, you have the exact date here, how this relates. But I'm going to show you what's coming with that and what this is actually saying, because this is the symbolic one, and then what's actually coming with the actual date. So, but with this mutating thing, this is why they're bringing this up. And not only that, it's going to be an excuse for this thing to turn into something. And oh, by the way, one of the things about the monkeypox is that it's very similar. They were saying it was very similar to like rabies, in that it could be transmitted through bites, and that's how it went through monkey population and other things, through bites. And again, where do you hear that? Where is that from? Zombie bites and things, and the mutation. So they're going to say, hey, this is eventually turned into these crazy mutations we couldn't track. And then so mutating and mutations. You can imagine them saying these in a lot of different articles, or when this stuff comes out, so they can just keep saying these mutations like crazy. Okay, so there's a lot of, hopefully you can see that the symbolisms here and the gematria. Now it's important, and again, if you look right here today, June 30th is 3 6s, 3 6s, 3 6s, 3 6s. That's what this is about. Okay, it's about the birth of the Antichrist and this what's coming. Okay, and I'm going to get into that even more here. Okay, so what happened today was Alex Jones announced that Trump will run in 2024, and he said he will. Well, I'll show you in just a second. So, and there's a reason why this guy is used like this, okay, to bring this out, okay, and I'm going to say that this is, he's saying, I'll get to it in a second, but the reason why they're using this guy, or why this guy is being used, because first of all, like I've said many times, he's controlled opposition. He is a Mason, or some form of Mason. He's controlled opposition to keep people away from the real stories, to get people on Trump. And then he was like, oh, Trump's really not the guy, but then he is. But then, and it's all this craziness. But basically, he's been this supporter, and you know, he's use him as some kind of savior for the country and everything, like a lot of Christian conservatives that are completely off the ball, don't understand what's really going on here. He's a massive tool for the elite, as I've proven in my videos, okay? And so, for example, InfoWars, which is, you know, his company that's basically announcing this, just happens to be 666, and Alex Jones just happens to be, again, 3 6s, or June 30th, today, okay? It just happens to be. You know, it just happens to be. You know, this is all massive coincidence. This just happens to be. Okay, so, and then so I, of course, verified this story with a couple other news outlets and things. They say pretty much the same thing. InfoWars host, like, wow, whatever. Trump will announce whatever, that whole thing. So, yeah, so this whole phrase here, this whole headline right here, which is repeated again here on Flipboard, is gematria, of course. So it's gematria for, again, this is a example of a pre-day, June 30th. Okay, this is June 30th, right? This is an example of a pre-day, which is today. And then the first day is an example or a symbol of July 1st. The first day, number 1, first day, okay? And this is the pre-day, like I've said many times, and I've proven that many times. If you look at this full phrase this full headline right here, and I already showed you what's in quotes is 666. That's why they do special gematria in quotes. Okay, and then this is exactly in English Sumerian again is 519. Okay, so July to the elites is the 5th month. Okay, it's the 7th month to us who are in the masses, on the Gregorian, but that's a manipulation. So, for example, I've said this 1,000 times. You know, September to us is 9, but Septem in Latin is really 7, and then it goes on and on. Octo is really 8 because it's not like an octagon. You know, 8, or you know, anything octo is 8, but then they call it for the masses on the Gregorian 10, which makes no sense whatsoever, but it's because they're really on the Roman calendar with the real dates, and July being the 5th month. So that's July, the first day of July 19th. See, and to confirm this even more, so this is you can break this up a bit. So what does Alex Jones actually say? Boom, start right here. Trump will announce what. So start right here. Trump will. Well, what's the actual message? Trump will announce this. Okay, so I'm doing this whole phrase right here. Now, Trump will announce 2024 presidency run on July. Okay, and then look what it actually is. 7th, or July 19th, right there, 19th of July. I mean, there it is. July being the 5th month, 19th, and July being the 7th month on the Gregorian 19th. There you go. And that's what I'm showing. That. So I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to announce it's going to be some kind of delay. He's using Alex to put this out with his gematria and all this other kind of stuff, the predictive programming, and him and that outlet can in a sense take the heat. It doesn't quite happen, and it's putting out there as kind of fringe, but then it'll actually happen on the 18th of July / 19th, somewhere right in there. Okay, and so that's what I'm saying based on the numbers. Now I'm going to show you all these other things in this video. Some of the reasons why I've shared a lot over time. I can't get into all this stuff, but I'm gonna get into some of it. Okay, so here's the new timeline. So what I'm showing you is the symbolic. I'm gonna show you the symbolic days. Oops. The symbolic days are 6:30 starting with today, and then the first day, 7/1 being the first day, and then 7/2, 7/3, 7/4. So again, 4th of July and 5th of July. 4th of July, huge symbol. Then we go down here, we got 7, 8, 7, and then we have 7-11, like the store, 7-Eleven. And then this one's 7/14 is 7/7/7. But anyway, this is the kind of the symbol, and so people can kind of, I've taken the bait as well, thinking this could actually be it. But it's actually more hidden than that. It's over here. So it's, again, 7/1 is really 7/19, or 1 plus 9 is 10. Take away the 0 is 7/1. And then, this is 20, 21. So these are actual dates I'm saying. And so the 4th and the 5th day, the first attack days, is symbolic of 4th of July. For example, the movie Independence Day was about aliens. And Independence Day is associated with the 4th day. The 4th and 5th day are associated with aliens, zombies, the children taken, all kinds of stuff that I've shared. Okay, and that's all going to start happening, but I believe it's going to be right here. And I'm going to do a video here. I'm putting a lot of stuff together with some different things, and with the presidents. Basically, all the presidents have a programming of 722, and that shows, for example, I'll just give a couple examples here. So Abraham Lincoln died at 7:22 a.m. on April 15th, 1865. So he was killed, right? Was shot, right? And then Reagan, who was shot but then recovered, but it's kind of like he was shot and died and came back to life, kind of like an Antichrist thing like that. But and he was also a president, which is a symbol for the country being shot or attacked. Same thing with Lincoln. He was shot at 2:27 p.m. 227, so 722 backwards. Another example of that is Kennedy, again, symbol of America, being shot and killed. Okay, it was November 22nd, and to the elites, 11 is not November, it is January. So if you make that January 22nd, and then you take it the exact opposite of the calendar, the actual opposite of the calendar of January is July. So then we go July 22nd, 722. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. And I'm going to go through some other things with other presidents that were shot or killed or both, and how the numbers show up there as well. This is really, coming out to be something here. And now, again, there's could possible those are symbols for the actual July 1st through July 14th. But and then we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow and the next day if some of these first days things happen or not. Definitely by the 5th day, July 4th and 5th, if those things happen. But I'm saying they won't, based on a lot of information I see that keeps being kind of the symbols. Again, the symbols are over here. On these, and then the actual dates are here, okay, because they're symbolic. Just like every holiday is a symbol of the actual days. You have all these holidays, which a lot of people, I give it here one example of this. A lot of people that are looking for the rapture, a lot of Christians have seen a lot of different rapture dreams about being raptured on Halloween or Christmas or 4th of July or this or that, but it's not that they're all wrong. It's just that those are the symbols of the actual day, and the Lord's hiding the actual day numerically and symbolically by the actual, just like the enemy is as well. So he's not going to come out and say this is the exact day. he's gonna show you symbols, and then that relates somehow to the exact day. And usually, and pretty much numerically, it will be in some ways. And I've shared how a lot of these different, these different holidays, they numerically completely match some of these days I thought they were completely. I mean, and again, so I've been the last few months I've been looking at May and June, okay, but all the numbers from May and June work for July because again, May is the fifth month, in the Gregorian, but it's the fifth month to the elites. Or July is the fifth month to the elites as well, and then June is the sixth month. But if you count 6 months and a certain amount of days into the year, you get any day in July. So the 5 and 6 works for 7 in a great way. And it looks like this might be it. Okay, but we'll see. We will see what it is. So hopefully you see what I'm saying. This is the actual here. Going to start kicking off right in here. Okay, so I'm going to get into a couple things about him coming back. That's predictably programmed in a lot of things. This is a t-shirt, and there's other stuff that people have done about him coming back in 2024. Okay, Trumpinator, right? I'll be back, Bennett. And that's all in the movies and such. And he is the subject of all these things. He is the John in all these things. And I'm going to get into that, okay? Trumpinator is 165, for example, shown right there, okay? And that's, that's being done and promoted, all over the place by groups and things like that, okay? And then we have the Terminator, this is a spoof of. So we have 166 and 165. Well, what are these? These are both English ordinal. Why are they so close? Why the ones 166 and 165? Because they represent 2 different days. Again, you're going to keep seeing this as I'm presented to you, the same 2 days. July 18th and July 19th, because that's the first day is July 19th, and the pre-day is really July 18th. Again, going back here, remember, the symbol is today, but the actual day is 7/18. The symbol is tomorrow, but the actual day is 7/19, the first day, and then the pre-day here. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let me show you this. Bam! July 18th. July 18th, okay, is the 199th day of the year with 166 days left over. There you go, 166. They like to do this as well with just the days left over. They put the gematria in that. And then 165 is what? Boom, July 19th, the 165th day of the year underneath that 200 down there. See? 166, 165 with the days left over, 166, 165. July 18th and July 19th. Okay, that's one way to do it. Now I'm going to show you how they use the actual day or the day count as well. Okay, so and then even like I'll be back, and I've shared that before. They're talking about John coming back. Okay, Donald John Trumple. Okay, so I'll be back is 4 plus 2 is 6, 3 6 or 3 6s, and then 3 1s and 6 is 3 6 or backwards is 6 3 or 6 30. Take away the 0. Same thing, or 3 6s. Okay, or you could do 1 1 1 times 6 is 6 6 6. But it's also the date of today, 6:30 or 3/6 backwards. Okay, so this is all rolling out now, which I'm excited about because it's finally actually rolling out. I've been waiting for this for a few months and kept putting some of this stuff happening. That means I'm gonna get into stuff which I predicted before that I think is going to finally happen here. So then I'll be back is also in reverse full reduction, and then in full reduction, one's the opposite of the other. One's reverse, one's normal. Is 60 and 30 or 630. Take away the 0, 630 or 63 or 3 6s or whatever. They do that. They'll split the days between the two. One's a month, one's days, the day. So that's boom right there. It's crazy. And then look, when I put in, instead of putting Trumpinator, I put in here John Connor. There's the Terminator, which he's the Terminator. He shows him as the Terminator, but he's also John, Donald John Trumple. Okay, he's John Connor, and that is, what is that? That's July 7 is in the middle of 18. 7/18, 199th day of the year. 7/18, 7's in the middle of 18. See that? And it's a proper name. So Francis Bacon is about capitals on with proper names. Okay, so there you go again. Boom, John Connor. Now, why is he John? Well, because of course his middle name, and people don't think about him being named John. Really, it's kind of secret. It's kind of hidden in a way to most people. They think of Don or Donald or whatever. Excuse me. And his last name is universal. I mean, everybody. I mean, if you say the name, everybody's going to know what that is. He's probably one of the most recognized names in America, maybe in the world. I mean, think about it. I mean, and he wouldn't be used for predictive programming and all that. What the biggest names? If anybody says the name Trump, I add an LE because He is really, I call him the fairy tale creature that likes to spin, yarn into gold, and which is fake and everything, but and all this kind of stuff. It's a lot of reasons for the name Trumple Thin Skin. And that's why I call him Trumple Thin Skin. So I'm calling him Trumple for short. I have all these names for these people because they're jokes. They're massive jokes, and they're evil, and they're part of the plan. And if you don't understand that, you completely miss the whole boat. You miss the trillionaires that run this whole world and why they do what they do and what they're actually doing and where they're bringing everybody. And you just don't get it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand why you don't get it. You literally haven't looked into it. If you literally look into Trumple's life, you will see very clearly he is a tool. And he's more than a tool. He's the whole tool bag. But anyway, he's a tool for the elite. Again, would the hokey pokey, which is what I call it, would the hokey pokey have come to the U.S., especially would the Christians or conservative accept it if it came through like Hillary Clinton or somebody? I mean, give me a break. There'd be a massive uproar. That would never have happened. But no, it came through this guy who is a phony, fake and phony, and everything like that. And so now he's in a sense dead, and he's going to come back. He's going to be resurrected in a sense. And that's a type of the Antichrist. He is a John the Baptist, okay, of the Antichrist. And he's a weird antithesis, John the Baptist of the Antichrist. That's who he is. And I'm going to prove the John thing here. Watch. So why is this John? Why all these people named John? Like I just showed you, John Connor. He is an example of that. Coming back, and usually it's somebody coming back from the dead in a sense, and then destroying things. It's what it, and coming back from the dead, or coming back and then destroying things, or and of course movies they make it you're saving people, but in the meantime there's destroying things. I mean, there's massive destruction and everything, and that's all for reasons. Okay, so here we go. John is what? This is what's hidden right there. You got 7. Make it nice and clear and clean for you. 7. And then 1 is a 1 or a slash. So in this case, this 1 is a slash. And then we have a 19 right there, 19. And then we have another 1, which is a slash. And then we have a 2, and 2 is green right there, 2. And then we have 13. The 13 is 1 plus 3 is 4. But very common, I've shared this many times, 4 is also hiding. You can add 2 numbers together. Have 2 numbers and add them together for something that's hidden, or you just add the number and then you can basically... I'm trying to think of the term they use now. Oh gosh, I can't think of the term right now. They basically take it apart. I can't think of the term right now. That's really silly. But 4 is really 2 and 2. So that's 7, 19, 20, 22. Believe that. I mean, seriously. So that's ultimately what these Johns are forecasting in the movies and everything else. And there's tons of them. I'm just giving you a taste, but there's far more than this. Okay, I'll just give you a taste of some of the things I've learned. And also, I've learned some stuff from my brother Constantine as well. Brother, I appreciate you. And he's kind of drawn my attention to some of this stuff too. He's really good with that too, the symbolism of these things as well. So I just thank him so much for helping me understand more about this as well. So and I've seen a lot of this stuff, and then he's really expanded upon it and understands it even more than me as far as the symbolisms and stuff. It's just crazy. I understand the gematria probably more than he understands the symbolism, probably a little bit more than me in certain ways, and it just blows my mind. And we've just been working really good together on this. It's phenomenal. Okay, so here he is depicted as Rambo. Okay, and what's Rambo's first name? John Rambo. Okay, John Rambo is 199. What's 199? The 199th day of the year, July 18th, the pre-day to July 19th, the first day, his birth. I mean, are you kidding me? It'll just keep going. I'm not going to show you all of them, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot. Okay, then here he is. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, John McClane. Okay, he's John McClane, blowing up things, coming back and blowing up things. John McClane is 199, and there it is again. July 18th is the 199th day of the year. And his name also, Donald Johnsels Trumples, is, again, right here. July being the 5th month, for this example, 18th. In fact, remember, when he was campaigning years ago, he said, I was down there at 7-Eleven. I was down there at 7-Eleven, and everybody thought he was, made a mistake because he was talking about 9-1 and then 1. And he said 7-Eleven, but no, because they look at September as really Septem, which is 7. He was telling the truth. He's elite. He is a Knights Templar. Okay. Anyway, here we go. So that is that day right there. So we have July 18th, but July is as the 5th month. 18th is in his name, full name. I mean, come on. Hopefully that makes sense. You get that. I mean, also, not only is motivation, also is July 18th, the 199th day of the year. 199 is also Septem 19. Septem, which is really 7 to the elites, but to us it's 9, but that's Septem 19 again, 719 again. And that's what it is. Okay, and then if you didn't know this, Trumple is a MacLeod from the Clan MacLeod. So MacLeods are, of course, Scottish. He's from the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. That's right. Tell you, believe it or not, I don't care. He's the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, and his mother was Mary, the mother of the chosen one. No, anyway, so he's not the chosen one. He's a heralder of the chosen one secretly, or to oblivious to most people, not to me. He's the John, again, the Baptist. So he's a MacLeod. So he is Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. Okay, Connor MacLeod from the Highlander. And again, the Highlander, well, yes, of course, it's the Highlander. Yeah, anyway, I have fun with voices sometimes. It's the Highlander. It's T and then it's H. As in 2 and 8, that's 28, or 2H, which is Trumple, is 88. Okay, anyway, I'm not totally on my throat's a little funky, but I haven't done my Sean Connery in a long time, so I'm just whipping it out. Sean Connery. Well, yes, of course. What else would it be? Okay, anyway, so then we have, that is, and then Connor is, okay, he's a MacLeod, right? That was his mother is from the Clan MacLeod. He is the Highlander. It's so crazy. And then Connor is 474, which is Barack Obama is 474. And I'm going to show this even more in depth here down the road here in this video, but it's crazy. It's always a heralding the AC CQBO, the 44th Pres, no Obama. Okay, so, and then also check this out. So we basically have Connor MacLeod. Okay, Connor MacLeod is 792 in English Sumerian, and here it is. There's again an art and stuff depicting him as the Highlander right there, the lightning and everything. Here he is right there. I mean, it's all over the place. Some of the stuff is all over the place with these things. Here he is, the Highlander, right? Okay, that's just some artwork that was easily found. And then he's also going back to John. Here's another John Matrix. John, I'm waiting for you, John. He says, I'll be back, Bennett. John, I'll be waiting, John. And he's John Matrix. There you go, from Commando. So he's John Matrix. So there he is right there, see? And they're both 972. And so what is the deal with this? Again, this is a little bit more hidden than some of the things I've been showing you, but it is there. Okay, watch. So it's 9 and 2 a switch. So it's 9 and 2 a switch right here. So it's 729. And then 2 is decompress. That's what it is. Compress and decompress. They compress numbers and decompress them. Oh gosh, I couldn't think of it for some reason. I get a little brain fart sometimes. Okay, so the 2 is 1 and 1. Again, like I showed you, the 4 is 2 and 2. 2 is 1 and 1 hidden. So that's 7, 1, 1, 1. And then 1 can be a 1 or a slash. So that's 7/19 right there. That's what that's showing, believe it or not. It doesn't matter if we, and it's also right here 729. That's also the 11th day, which is the destruction of Hawaii and everything like that. And that's a big deal too, because that's in there as well. That's the 29th day or the 11th day, starting the 19th, going to the 29th being the 11th day, and that's the destruction that's coming to Hawaii. So, and that's more part of it too, and these are all part of that as well. So, and then here's 2 more Johns, played by Keanu. Okay, there's so much with that as well. I won't get into Keanu and all his stuff, but it's John Constantine right here. It's John Constantine. And anyway, John Constantine and John Wick. Again, John and John. They come back. They're destroying things, people, destroying stuff, come back. I mean, he was literally dead. He came back to life. He came back to life. He was dead. He's like electrocuted himself, and he was dead, and then he comes back to life, like constantly. I mean, these are all types of the AC, of Stinky BO, the 44th Pres, and promoted through Donald John Trumple, and him being the John who's the promoter, who's the John the Baptist of him bringing him out. It's just crazy. This stuff's crazy. Okay, so look, John Constantine is 181. What's that? Oh, I don't know. We'll see. And then John Wick is 184. Oh, it just happens to be what's 181 and 184. They just have to be June 30th today. 181 is the 181st day of the 181th. Did I say the 181th? 181st day of the year, June 30th, and with 184 days left over. We got both Johns, both by Keanu. Are you kidding me? Do you need any more stuff to think it's not a coincidence anymore? When are people just going to wake up? I mean, when? I'm not going to hold my breath. Okay, I'm definitely not going to. But, okay, no, I'm not going to actually. But, okay. And then I've even literally highlighted in these predictions I was make that are eventually going to happen. Pretty much guaranteed they're going to happen in some form. Okay, and I said pretty much. But I've been saying he represents right there Rocky Balboa as Trumple, okay, and saying I'm back. Well, I'm back anyway. So I've been saying that. Now watch this. Oh, this is so crazy. I couldn't believe it. I'm looking at this again. I'm like, there he is. Okay, it's right. So it's Rocky Balboa is Trumple. Not only we see it in the picture, and this was put out originally in Twitter, and it went all over the place. Conservatives and Christians and all kinds of stuff and whatever. It was huge. It was millions of people with this image alone, okay? Like he's fighting for them and all that stuff, right? Okay? And talk about another comeback character. Comeback and destroying. Comeback and destroying. I mean, it's just, and fighting, fighting. But, again, it looks like he's good, but ultimately the plan is bad. It looks like it's good, but the plan is bad. Okay, so look, watch this. Rocky Balboa is 6:30 today. And he's announced that he's coming back today. Well, Alex Jones, which is 6:30 today. InfoWars was just 666 today. I mean, come on. And then look, this is 6:30 today. And then this is 2, 6 June 30th, 22. Well, that's a massive coincidence. Just a coincidence, no big deal. And then look, I'm back is what I've been saying. Look, I'll go back here, right? Look, I'm back. I've been saying that. I'm back. And I've been saying these things because of the numbers I've been seeing and all this stuff. I'm back is 39. Turn that upside down and backwards is 6-3. Is 6-3, and there's 6-3 right there. 6-3 is upside down backwards 39. There's 39, upside down backwards 6-3, and then just take away the 0, or add the 0, whatever. I'm back, Rocky Balboa. I had it right there. I literally have had this whole time. So now I'm going back to this prediction again, and we're going to make it July. It's going to eventually happen. I'm telling you. You'll see. You'll see. I will be redeemed and all this stuff because this is real. This is what these people are planning. It's showing it in everything. Everything. It's just trying to read it right. You can't imagine how hard this is to try to figure this out. And I predicted, like I showed you the monkeypox in the beginning, I predicted things down to the exact day many, many times. And people can say, I haven't, or say nothing's happened and all this stuff. Say what you want. People who've been watching me aren't biased to BS, like Blake Shelton, Barbara Streisand, Bruce Springsteen, BS, Barry Soetoro. Then they'll be open to the truth. If you're not biased and you actually listen to what is said, what I've said, you'll see I predicted many things that have happened to the day and hundreds of things that have happened symbolically to the day. Hundreds, literally hundreds, that are symbolic of these events. I mean, completely to a staggering amount. I mean, seriously. And so that shows my system is working and eventually it will play out. That's what it shows if you have any kind of non-biased, logical mind. Okay, but unfortunately, people don't work that way most of the time. They're very biased. They're very emotional. They're very full of fear, a lot of people, unfortunately, and they lash out and they don't want to hear this stuff. And they immediately go at face value on stuff. And it's too bad, but whatever. I'm the messenger. Jesus is the one who's bringing the message. Jesus himself. Believe it or not, he's who I know. He's who's led me to all these things. He is the messenger. He is the message from him, and I'm the messenger. Okay, so and again, he's going to give me a limited understanding of it because he's not going to spell it out exactly what day and when and everything like that and have me write it all down. And I mean, it's all symbols and stuff, so we got to figure out that's how it works. That's how this works. That's what this is. and I'm gonna, and I'm gonna be wrong, and I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be wrong, I'm gonna be wrong, and I'm gonna be wrong, and I'm wrong, and then I'm gonna be right, and stuff like that. If I'm really listening and doing the right thing. So, and I've been right a lot of times, but I've been wrong a lot of times too. But I've always said I'm guessing. I'm guessing. I can go by all the hints the Lord gives me, and that's the best I can do. And if you don't understand that, okay, move on. Move on. If you're watching my video, you're in my house. Move on down the road. Ease on down the road. Okay. Anyway, so here we go. So the Queensville's basically this time probably right the 19th, but I'm going to give a little bit of leeway because we have a pre-day and a day after the day of 19th. So I'm going to say she's going to be removed or completely gone. They're going to say, now, again, if you believe that she's already gone or that's a clone of her or multiple clones and all that, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, very possibly, yes, but it doesn't matter. It matters what the masses think. The masses think she's alive, she's alive. The masses think she's dead, she's dead. That's what matters because it's about programming the masses. So say what you want or believe what, it doesn't matter. With all this predictive programming, it matters what the masses think. So what the main media and all that stuff they think and what they share is what matters, and that's the programming. So I doubt that she's even really around. And I'm sure I think I've seen two different versions of her, but I'm not going to get into all that, okay? But she's not going to be around. They're going to report that she's gone, okay? And then he's going to come back, and I think either it's going to be a presidential thing. He's going to run for that day, 2024 and all that for sure, minimum. And then it might be something he's going to get involved in international stuff with Russia and all that stuff, and then mess it up. And that's the maximum. Okay, but I'm going to say minimum he's coming back, like I've said, for 5 months now or something like that. Anyway, yeah, since February. So, and then this is coming with a rage, with a vengeance, and then they might even have some version called the Tauzels and then Antzels. Maybe, because this is still sticking out like a sore thumb for me. We'll see. And then as far as this first day as well, it's going to be marked off, I believe, by this going off again. Okay, this La Palma going off again. And then also this, we have Three Gorges Dam in China, which I'm guessing will go off. It's got massive numbers for 7-1, which is really 7-19. It really does. It still does. It did 2 years ago, and then it comes back around to hit 7-1 again. I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, wow. And then also Oroville Dam in California is going to basically go, very, very good possibility on that first day as well, the 19th. They broke ground. The first document I saw, and I did some serious discovery. If you saw one of my videos, it's been several months ago. When they first broke ground, they requested money, and the first document they pretty much put out there was on CQBO's exact birthday of 8/4/1961. Anyway, now I'm going to go into that in a second, but I want to say this. Listen, Alex Jones. He is Alex Jones. Anyway, he is completely controlled opposition. In fact, he's Bill Hicks. Okay, if you don't know that, if you don't even know who Bill Hicks is, a lot of people don't know who Bill Hicks is. He was a comedian and kind of a blue comedian, like swore, and he was pretty, that kind of stuff, but kind of funny and stuff like that. And Alex can be kind of funny. I used to watch him, and then I realized, man, this guy, years ago, and then this guy is just not getting to the important stuff. And I just started seeing, the Lord was showing me that he was completely protecting all the good stuff, and he would admit at times that his family was part of Masonry and all kinds of stuff, his dad, all that stuff, and you don't get out of that. I mean, he got into Bohemian Grove. I mean, that doesn't happen unless they let you in. I mean, they're just, sorry, I'm not that stupid. But anyway, he's Bill Hicks. He looks exactly like him. In fact, after Bill Hicks died, pretty much his career began. It's perfect timing. It's within a year or whatever. It's just insane. He looks like him, just like him. He acts like him. He laughs exactly like him. Do some research on it. Look how he looks just like him. And then look, I literally done research on his teeth, and his teeth. This is Alex Jones. They completely match the exact gap. This is an overlay of this teeth, and they go exactly over Bill Hicks's teeth. They're exactly the same teeth. I mean, that dental records, I mean, gosh, people identify dead bodies by the dental records, and you can tell his teeth are exactly like his. I mean, it's just, he's the same guy. He is. And so what they do, let me go back to this. What they do is they will kill off people for sacrifice, but then they will kill off people so they can repackage to be repurposed for something else. For example, I've said that JonBenet Ramsey is Katy Perry. Absolutely. I started seeing clues of that years ago. She looks just like her. I knew JonBenet. I didn't think that they would get rid of her. I really didn't. It was a massive story. It was such a gematria with all that stuff. But she came back, and there was a lot of clues of that. And I've proven it, basically. I've shared a little bit of it, but in my mind and all the stuff I found and everything, it's incredible. JonBenet Ramsey is Katy Perry. It is just, it's crazy. It's just crazy. She came back to be this massive promoter of the Antichrist, and in her music and her life and all that kind of stuff. Again, most people don't realize that, of course, and then he came back. He was a comedian, and then he came back. We repurposed it to be this massive distractor from the real truth, to be this kind of faux truth, fringe, truth person and all that stuff. Controlled opposition completely, 100%, as most things are out there. If you have any kind of a follow, if people have any kind of following, probably I'd say at least 100,000 and more. It's a very good chance. It's almost guaranteed. Now, I'm not going to speak about everybody within that, close to that realm. But if you're in the media at all, that's out there among people, I mean, you're either part of it or you're dead, or you're discredited and knocked down. I mean, there's just no other way. There's no other thing. Okay, so again, why would they use him as the birth of Trumbull, and which also represents the birth of the Antichrist, as far as birth of Trumbull coming back, his rebirth? And why would they use him? It's also his birthday. They do this thing with celebrities with their birthdays as well, with movies and all that. So look at his birthday. You literally have right here the 7. This is called a mirror date. It's a short mirror date because but it's a mirror date. So 7 is the thing right here. And I don't know how to tell you this. I just can see it now. I can see all these things really well now because I know it, how they do things. I just look at it a little bit, and in all this context of these hundreds of things I know. So that is the center in a sense. Then we have 7/4 to the right. See that 7/4? And again, he's saying that Trump will announce on 7/4 on 4th of July, right? And then now let's go to the right. Let's go this way. 7. So you have literally 7, 19, 2. 1 and 1 is 2, and February is 2. So 7, 19, 22. That is the birth right there. And that's when Trump will actually announce. I'm guessing. Again, that's my best guess. Now, if it happens sooner, that means this timeline is happening from July 1st. And again, we're going to have to see some other things happen, like dams breaking and other things I've said. Queen going. I think Queen going is paramount. Because I believe she is really Lilibet. Lily dropping the apple and iPad goat. She is Lilibet. Lily. Or Lila Betty White that died at 99. Anyway, it does so much for all that stuff. She's Lila Betty White. Again, she's white, and she's Betty, little bit. Anyway, Lily or Gabby, which is a form of Lily, which is crazy. And then Gabby Petito just came up with Brian Laundrie's death. It came up on the first day. I didn't even mention that. For the 24th and 25th, here comes a story about Brian Laundrie and him actually killing Gabby Petito and all this kind of stuff. That was crazy. That's crazy on the exact first day. And Gabby is Lily, and I've showed that many times. Yeah, man. Okay, anyway, moving on, and I'm almost done here. Okay, so and then also we have 7/4, and then we have this date. Okay, 7/19, the birth. Okay, of Trumbull and the AC. And then look, he's 48 years old, which is 8/4. Obama's birthday is 8/4. His birthday, 8/4, is 7/19. Look at that. His birthday that we know of, 8/4, is really 7/19 right there. And I'm going to show it also here in a second, too, another way. So Stinky B.O. is Barack Obama. It's from Luke 10:18. Jesus said, I see lightning falling from heaven. I see Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Lightning falling from heaven is Barack Obama, or lightning falling from the heights is Barack Obama, and that's 474, and it exactly equals Akhenaten. In fact, I put these two together, and it's in. Look at these creases right here. They exactly match. The nose matches. The mouth matches exactly. It's the same. Of course, this is all stylized up here because just a way it makes him look like a god and everything from here on up and all that stuff. But down here, it looks exactly the same. It's exactly. Okay, so why am I putting this here? Well, 474 is also things that are in the media because it's pronouncing him that he's going to be birthed soon with all these crazy things that are going on. For example, massacres. Okay, all these shootings, they're called massacres. Okay, that's 474. Monkey, as in monkey poxels, is 474. Okay, there's another example. Just give me a few examples. And then on the 4th and 5th day, there's going to be a massive impact, maybe a couple places, of a comet, 474. And so and there's even more than that, but I'm going to get into all that. So, some of these major things that happen are associated with him and his other numbers as well. I'm just showing you one example of this 474, which is really what this really is. I'm going to tell you, it's 22/7/22. 22nd of July 2022. 22nd of July 22. That's another birth of his, 4th and 5th, and the 4th is really 22. Okay, so Obama Akhenaten is 666. Okay, and then check this out. Okay, so his birth, this is what I found recently too. I was blown away with the Lord lead me to this. So 8/4/1961, that's we know as his birth, August 4th, 1961, is 8/4, and then his year is the other day he will be born, which is 7/19 backwards. There we go. 6 + 1 is 7, and 19, it's right there. It's all right here. Okay, crazy. All right, and then guess what? Antichrist in English Sumerian is 726. He'll die on 725, which is 525 on the Roman calendar, because July is the 5th day. 525 is when George Floyd was killed, and so a black guy was killed, and Obama is so-called a black guy. We killed on 525, July being the 5th month, 25, or 725. The next day his death will be reported, which is 726, and that'll be the same day Trump will be gone. He'll be eliminated from a Nukesals and Manhattansals, and they'll say he's in Trump Towersals. That's what all the predictive programming and all that stuff shows to me. And so we'll see how it all plays out, but I'm going to be right about most of it, I'm sure. Okay, so here we go. And then, so again, 726. So he's born on 7/19 right here, and that's actually in his birthday right there. And then Antichrist, exactly, in English Sumerian, is 726, which is 7 days later. He will be sacrificed then, or that'll be hit when they announce his death, basically. Okay, so it's crazy. All right, anyway, so thank you for watching this. Thank you for looking at these predictions, and I think they're coming. I think on, like I said, the 19th. Now again, it could be sooner. It could be the 1st through the 14th. That would be, I prefer that, but I'm trying to look at what makes sense and what the numbers really show. It's been hard to see that, and I've been talking about this time frame the last few years. And by the way, there's been dam breaks on exactly 5/19 a couple years ago, and 7/19. Well, that was a year ago. It was 5/19. Was in China, 2 dams, and I said dams would break on the first day, and they did. And then 2 years ago, the Sanford and Edenville dams broke. Those are twin dams, and they broke on 7/19. 7/19. 2020, which is 22. 7/19/22. Crazy. So, and I predicted those, and I predicted that a dam or dams would break, and they did on that exact day. Okay, so people say I haven't predicted. There's so many, I'm not even mentioning. I don't need to mention, and I don't really care. But I'm just saying that's what happens when you're following this stuff, and I'm looking at so many different things all the time. It just things start sticking out, and I end up putting it out there, and things end up happening. So anyway, the big events have yet to come. Yes, because we're not quite there yet, but they will. You'll see. So anyway, thank you so much for your prayer. Thanks so much for giving. If you're able to give too, I'll just ask. I'll have a link in the description box below for PayPal. Also, I have a PO box as well, and then also have Zelle Pay. You can go to zellpay.com, sign up for free. It's free. It's better than PayPal. It doesn't cost anything. So you can donate that way if you like to. Also, so if you're able to, great. If you're not, no big deal. If you're led by the Lord, please, thank you so much. So anyway, thank you everybody who's ever supported us, given and prayed for us, and share this video, would you? Just please share this video so people can see what I'm saying before it happens, or what the Lord's guiding, what the Lord's saying to me about this. He's saying it, and I'm just saying I'm the messenger, and I will just keep saying that. He's leading, he's showing. If you know him, you'll just end up doing what he shows you, and that'll be, hopefully you'll do it. So anyway, I'm done. Thank you so much. This is Aaron with Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.